All right, Jay, you got a pick of a drink. We got a little cognac down there. We got this whiskey over here.
Oh, I like whiskey.
You ready for the whiskey?
Me too,
All right, let me get you a cup. All that. Now, I got some ginger ale. I don't know if you want it straight or if you want a little ginger ale. If you don't have much to say, you drink fast.
Drink quickly,
if you got a lot to say, you drink slow. Jason, I want to welcome you to Over a Drink, Tiny Room for Elephant Studio.
Thank you. Cheers.
We toast.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of background. Like, what do you do?
So I'm a musician, audio engineer, and I produce under the name Johann Sebastian.
What's your main lane, music-wise?
I make hip hop beats. It's somewhat like boom bappy and old. I'm trying to be modern in certain ways. You know, I'm trying to stick with the times. But that's where I've been. I got into music through jazz, and that was my lane into hip hop. So I'm always pulled to the jazz side of things. But then I'm an audio engineer, so I'll record anything. My latest stuff has been hip hop. I had a gospel project that was fun recently. It was really funky.
I was gonna try to be politically correct, but I'm just throwing it out the window, right? Because this is a question I always had, man. Like,
sure.
I grew up hip hop, music-wise. That's the soundtrack to my life, right? When I go out now, though, right, I don't hear boom bap unless 80 to 90% of the crowd is white.
Sure, yeah.
And it bugs me out. Like
I think it bugs the people out on stage too. You know, like people are getting popular, they start touring, and a lot of the crowd. I mean, they're happy to see a crowd there, but it's like I think it's unexpected and a little surprising for people to look out and see a lot of white people. Like the Wu-Tang show, my wife, went to that, and it was like all white people at the Wu-Tang show. Imagine standing on stage, you look out like that. So, I mean, hip hop rules the world. Hip hop is pop culture now, and so people from the smallest rural towns have their favorite musicians are hip hop artists nowadays. It's like it's gone from being a small genre to like really being pop music.
Yeah.
Now boom bap, like I do agree, like it's interesting. There's a lot of nostalgia there, but it seems to be nostalgia for maybe people who like didn't even grow up on it, so it seems weird.
That's what really bugs me out. Hold on one second, because there's some people in the gallery who obviously still know that we hit record. So we got the Tiny Room for Elephant Festival about to pop off.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of what?
I'm organizing the content around it. We try and document the festival pretty heavily, and that's always been a big part of the fest. Artists come in, they know that, they're gonna get a lot of good video, a lot of good photos of them working. And I think that's a large part of what attracts them to coming to the festival. And so we've always had a lot of cameras in the room, and we've always really worked on documenting the process and the vibe, because Tiny Room has such a special vibe in the room. And whatever, I mean, you can't capture that 100%, but whatever you can do to get that out to people. This will be the third one I've been at. 2 years ago, it was a private warehouse spot, and I went in and made beats all day, like I just brought all my gear. And, then I saw how cool the vibe was, and came back for a few shows. And actually, Sepper, who's painting in the garage down here this year, hopped off his painting at one point and started scratching over some of my stuff. We've made a few beats together since then. So that's a testament to the collaboration. When you talk about the vibe of Tiny Room, I mean, something that is uniquely the vibe of Tiny Room is collaboration. I mean, what else is like this? There's nothing, I've never seen anything remotely like this,
You gotta be number 7 to sit down in that chair. 8, I don't know.
Yeah.
But not one person has sat down and said, yeah, I've seen this someplace else before.
Yeah.
I know some other crew that's doing something like this.
It's a lot like this or that. Last year, I heard it was coming around again and tried to come as much as I could with my camera. And that's when I really got involved in, I took some shots the first year, but that second year I really got involved in taking shots. I'm really enjoying artists working in process.
Yeah.
And also, like passing photos off to the artists and really giving them value.
Brother, y'all putting up some dope photos, man. What I mean? I follow, obviously, I follow the Tiny Room page. Seeing the artwork, first of all, the artists down there are amazing. The work that they're doing and under the time constraints and you know, but they just want to be part of it, so they come out and they commit the time and they're putting up some great work.
Yeah.
But then seeing what the pictures that you guys are pulling out and the videos that you guys are throwing up, man, that's a whole another, I guess, level of art that I don't know. I mean, I think the group celebrates it.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
I mean, there can be resistance to social media amongst artists just because it feels tedious or it feels vain. But, you know, it's 2019, and I view it as your, like, digital business card.
Correct.
You know, like, how are people going to know what you do? People see me all the time. They, like, tell them what I'm working on. They're like, you're an audio engineer? And it's like, it's just a good reminder that you have to keep reminding people what you do. Social media is a huge part of how you represent yourself to the world.
Correct.
And as a collective, to some people, I mean, of course, the festival is our face. But, you know, for some people on the internet, the Instagram is the face.
What would you tell somebody if somebody bumped into you and was like, yo, what is this Tiny Room for Elephants thing?
Yeah.
Like, should I bother
I've been
making
telling
my way
so
down
many
there?
hundreds of people this exact same thing over the last week. But yeah, no, we take a room, we build a room, a 3-sided room, and we invite artists to, you know, make murals on the inside and the outside of it. And, you know, Tiny Room for Elephants, like, the artists are the elephant in the room. They're these big personalities, which are bigger. You know, oftentimes they think bigger than the situations they're in. They think differently, and we cram them into a little room, and we see what those constraints can bring to people. In spite of my tired demeanor, I feel very excited about it. But
Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the flatness of my energy. Y'all been working hard, bro.
We've been working real hard.
Y'all been working hard. Y'all had some long days.
Totally worth it.
Long nights.
Yeah,
man,
and as we get closer, you can just feel it out there. As more and more pieces finish, and I think we only have one blank wall so far. So as more and more is closer and closer to the end, you can feel the energy and the vibe building, you know, and we're honing in on that final weekend. You can feel it coming. So
Jason,
I'm stoked.
I'm gonna finish this up.
Thank you.
Because my time is running short.
Yeah. Cheers. Let's do it.
Cheers, brother. Welcome. I appreciate you stopping in over a drink.
Thank you.
Tiny Room for Elephant Studio.
Yeah.
Tiny Room for Elephant event.
Yeah. Please come out. It's gonna be a great time.